Hello everyone and welcome to WP User TV. Now I know before I've been having a few issues with my audio, so if you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up, or if you're on YouTube, you can just say yes in the comments so that we get off to a very good start. So this broadcast is live both on Facebook and also on YouTube. So today I will be showing you how to set up a child theme. But before I go into that, I would like to show you what the child theme looks like. So I'm just going to come over here and just go through what the child theme looks like. So here we go. This is the child theme. So this is a child theme for a restaurant. So as you can see, this is fully featured. I'll be showing you step by step how to set it all up. Okay, so over here on the reservations, we have the buttons. We have different layouts as well. So as you can see, this is a beautifully designed layout. It's fantastic. We also have the menu. Okay, so this looks really nice. Now, before we get started, I've got something very special to announce. The guys at Pro Hustling have a very good deal for a Divi framework where they have a 88% discount. So let me just show you what Divi framework is. So if I come over here, this is Divi framework. They specialize in plugins, themes, e-learning courses for WordPress websites. So this is a very good marketplace. So you can see here they have the membership, they also have themes and plugins. So if we come over here to the child themes, we see that they have the Divi icon child theme, the restaurant child theme, and the restaurant events child theme. But they also have something very interesting here. They have courses. So if you come over here to the courses, you can see here they have the SEO for Divi Builder, the WooCommerce App Script API, and Divi child themes. So all these are e-courses, e-learning courses. So this deal, what it's doing is it's giving you access, a lifetime access of 88%. So the value of this lifetime access is about $747. But if you go ahead and purchase this deal, you will get everything for $89. So this is a massive saving of 88%. So all the links to the savings and this deal is in the description box below. So just head over to the description box and you will see everything there. Okay, so before we get started, I'd just like to make sure that everyone can hear me. So I just want to check my sound. Right, so I think everyone can hear me loud and clear, which is fantastic. Great, okay. Just want to make sure everything is okay here on Facebook as well. Right, great. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in fact, what you need in order for you to have this up and running and working well, you need a WordPress website and also you need Divi installed. Without these two, it'll be very difficult for you to obviously put this together. In fact, it's impossible. Right. So I have an account here with Divi framework. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where to download all your files from. So once you sign up for the deal, which as I mentioned, the link to that is in the show notes below. It's from Pro Hustling. And just one thing before I forget, Pro Hustling also has an affiliate which gives you a 10% on anything purchased using your affiliate link, which again is fantastic because you can actually earn money by referring people to this deal. So it is really good. So take a look at that. And as I mentioned, the link is in the description box below. Right. So over here, you can see this is my account. So what you want to do is to come over here to account and then click on downloads. So this will take you straight to all your downloads that you have access to. So as you can see, we have the child theme over here. So what I've done ahead of time is I've gone ahead and downloaded the restaurant child theme. So all you have to do is just to click download and then the file starts downloading onto your computer. Just like that. So I've downloaded the child theme I've also gone ahead and downloaded the theme customizer, because this is quite important, because it'll just bring all your settings for your theme. So again, make sure you download the restaurant theme customizer. Over here, I've also downloaded the footer layouts for the Divi child theme. So let me just show you what the files look like. So over here on my folders, this is the main theme. This is the main child theme right here. These are Divi Builder settings. So what you need to do is to unzip these files. So as you can see here, I've unzipped all these files. So I have now all these ready to be installed on my computer, on my website. So let's head over to my website, and I'm going to show you step by step how to create this. Right, so okay. In fact, before we continue, let me just make sure we don't have any questions. Right, so I can see here we have quite a lot of you tuning in. Turan, thank you very much for tuning in. We have Atif, Reese. We also have Hemh. Can't pronounce this, the second name. We also have Sherry saying increase the size of the image. Now, I can't increase the size of the image because this is live, but hopefully what I'll try and do is I'll redo this video where I can zoom into the areas which need, where you can see clearly where I'm clicking, but I can't really zoom into this. Okay, so let's continue. As if you're just joining us, I'm going to show you how to put together a child theme, but this is coming from Divi Framework, and they have also a fantastic deal which Pro Hustling is giving us. It's an 88% discount on a lifetime access to Divi Framework for only $89. The normal price, or the normal value, is $747. Now, for this $89, you also have access to training courses. So I would say go and check it out. I have all these links in the show notes below. Okay, so let's go on to the fun stuff, and let me show you how to put this website together. Right, so what I'm going to do here is I've already gone ahead and set up my basic WordPress website. I've also installed Divi, so let me just show you where that is. So if I come over here to Appearance and Themes, we can see here that Divi is installed, and I've also gone ahead and installed the child theme. Okay, so that's very important. So as I mentioned, the child theme can be downloaded from your account. So let's say you purchase your discount. You come over here, you go into your account, and these are the files that you need to download. Okay. Excellent. So let's get on. Let's go ahead and continue. So if we take a look here at this website, we have some pages that we need to create. So we want to go ahead and create these pages quickly. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the home page. So I'm going to come over here to all pages. So you can see here I've got the home page all set. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this because we don't need that. Okay. So to start adding our child theme files, we can go ahead and click on Edit. Right, so as you can see here, the Divi Builder has loaded. So what you want to do is to come over here to Add from Library. So if I click on Add from Library, what you want to do is to come over here to this portability import and export. So if you click here, click Import, choose File. So now you have to go to the folder where you downloaded your child theme files. So over here, I have my Divi Builder layout pages. So the page I need here is the home. So you want to make sure that you select home and click open. So I'm going to click on open. Import Divi Builder layout. So this takes a while, but momentarily we're going to have our layout. So this is now our layout. So what you want to do now is to go ahead and click on update. And then we're going to view the page and take a look at what it looks like. So I'm going to click on view page. So just like that, just by downloading these files, I've managed to just upload this page and it has everything that we need. So as you can see here, it has all the styling on it. So as I'm scrolling, you can see all the animations and so on, right? This is great. Now, the other also important thing here is you can actually go in by clicking the Enable Visual Builder, and then you can start changing. In fact, I'll skip the tour. So you can actually go in here and make some customization. So let's say I come over here into the section settings, click on background. I can actually come over here and make some changes. So let's say I want to change my parallax, change that to CSS. And now when I scroll, you can see my parallax has changed. And let's say I need to increase my padding. I could just come here, increase my padding just like that, just to add a bit more space. So you can see already I am making customizations to this page. And then as you're doing this, you want to make sure that you save. So I'm just going to hit Command S. So now I've saved. So if you really want to make this your own design, what you want to do is to go ahead and download your own images. So if you have a restaurant, you may want to go and use your own camera to take pictures of your own food. So in my case, I don't have a restaurant, so I'm just going to come over here to a website where I can download royalty-free images. Okay, so the website is called Pexels. So let me just search for food. So I just want to show you how easy it is to use these layouts. So I'm going to come over here and let me go with, right. Let's try this one here. Okay, so I'm going to click on download. So now my file is downloading to my computer. So we don't need this page anymore. So I'm just going to get rid of it. Come over here to my page. So what you want to do now is to click on this gear icon to go into the settings, click on background. So what we're going to do now is to replace this image here with ours. So I'm going to delete that, click this plus button, select files. So my file is in the downloads folder because I've just downloaded it. And then I'm just going to make sure I do a quick preview. And that's what I need. Double click on it. Okay, so now my file is uploaded into my media library. All I have to do now is to click on upload image. There we go. So you can see now our image is right there and that's looking brilliant. So what I'm going to do, maybe I may not want some parallax on that. So I can just say no to that. And for this image here, I'm just going to make sure that it's centered the way I want. So right now we can see everything. So that's fine. So the next thing we're going to do here, because this image, this text here is not visible anymore. So you may want to do additional changes. So these are minor changes, but the whole child theme comes with all the settings, which is fantastic. So all we are doing here is to add our own information to make this website ours. So it doesn't matter if you download a child theme which doesn't have the layout that you need. You can always go in and make those finer adjustments. So I'm just going to show you quickly here how to do that. So I'm just going to dock in this image here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my background, click this plus button, and I'm just going to add my background color. And then I'm going to go back over here to my image and change my blend mode. So I'm going to change my blend mode to multiply. Okay, so straight away you can see here that my image has gone darker. So I'm going to go back over here and then make some adjustments. So I can just reduce the intensity just by dragging this slider right here. I'm not sure if you can see that. And that looks much better already. I'm going to save that. So that's how you add your pages. Okay. I'm going to save this page and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the next page, which is the menu. Excellent. Right. So I'm going to exit the Visual Builder. I'm going to go back to my dashboard, click on Pages, add New, and this is going to be our menu page. Use the Divi Builder, and again I'm going to come over here and click these two arrows to import our layout. Click on Import, choose File, and then we're going to go to my desktop, and my files are right here in this folder. So I'm going to click on Menu, open, and then I'm going to import. Excellent. So now our layout has been installed. I'm going to click on publish. Now let's take a look at this menu page. So I'm going to click here to view the page. So right now we don't have all the information. That's because I haven't added all the details that I need for this page to show. But as you can see here, we have all the styling that we need. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my reservations page. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard, add new. Use the Divi Builder. I'm going to import my layout. Choose file. Open. And import. Okay, so our layout has been imported. I'm going to click on publish. Click on view page. Fantastic. So you can see now that everything is looking well. We have our beautiful images. So as I mentioned, you can always go in and make your changes and delete sections if you don't need them and so on. So the idea here is to go in, add all the pages that you need and load all the layouts. So once you've loaded up all the layouts, the next thing to do now is to customize the images and the text to suit your company. And this is why these child themes are very, very powerful. Right, I'm just checking here to see if we have any questions. Right, I have a very interesting question here from Jeffrey on YouTube. It says, came in late. Does it have to be a Divi child theme to use the Divi Builder? Yes. To use the Divi Builder, to use this child theme, you need to use the Divi Builder. And these child themes are also made for the Divi Builder because as you can see, the way we import these pages are being imported using the Divi framework. So you couldn't do it if you're using Elementor or any other layout for that matter. So these are all Divi related. So Jeffrey, I hope I've answered your question. Atif says, Mac, how can you make it so that you can see the whole image and not the cropped version? Okay, so yes, you can do that, and in fact, let me show you quickly how to achieve that. Right, so I'm going to come over here to my home page. Right, so making this a full width, that's possible. I'm going to come over here and label the Visual Builder. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a full width section like that. And then I'm going to come over here to full width header. So this is where you want to add your title. Okay. So this could be your restaurant name. Like that. You can add your subhead. Okay, then there's your button one, like that. Okay, so you can see here, I've just added that information. I'm going to come over here to my bottom one, add my link, just like that. Now, what you want to do is to go to the background, click the third tab and add your background image. So here's our image right here, click upload. Okay, so you can see here it's coming together. Next, you want to come over here to design, layout, and then make it full screen. Right, so what I want to do next here is just to make sure that my text here is centered. So to do that, I'm going to come over here to my title text, center it. In fact, there's an easier way. If I come over here to my content, I can always come over here to the text. In fact, it's over here on the design. I can just center everything, the text and the titles. Okay, so over here on the text as well, I'm just going to make sure that this is centered. So now everything is centered. We can change the color. I'm going to make it white. Increase the size. I know the spelling of restaurant is wrong, so don't pick me up on that. Okay, so next we need to fix the subhead text. Again, we're going to make this white. Increase the size. Like that. And then like what I did before, you can just make this image slightly darker. So now that we have that, I can just take this to the top and this becomes our full width image. So if you want to make this mobile friendly, all you got to do is just to make sure you check all your sizes. So you can see now, this is how it will look like on a mobile device and also on a phone. But you can always go in and customize this and make sure that everything is looking fine. So that's how you have it as a full screen. So as you can see, I've taken a child theme and I've managed to change my customizations to make it look like my website. So this cuts out a lot of time that you would have spent designing this website yourself from scratch. So this is why it's advisable in a lot of cases to start off with a child theme. And this is why I think this deal over at Pro Hustling is fantastic, because it gives you full-time, lifetime access to all these courses and also these child themes. Okay, so I'm going to delete this and then we're just going to continue. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my contact page. So I'm going to save this page, come over here to dashboard. Okay, I think that's saved. Exit the Visual Builder. Back over here on the dashboard. I'm going to add another page. This time it's going to be the contact page. Use the Divi Builder. We're going to add our layout. So this process is pretty much the same. You click on Import, choose File, and then you go to the folder that has your contact.json file. Click Open, import Divi Builder layout. Takes a while and then your layout gets imported. Great, so I'm going to click on Publish and then we're going to view the page. Okay, so that's our contact page. So you would need to go in here and make sure that you put your map API key for your map to show. Right, so what I'm going to do next, you can see here on the top here, our menu is kind of messed up, okay? So we can fix this by actually going into the dashboard and then we're going to come over here to Appearance, click on Menus, and then we need to create a menu. So I'm going to call this Main Menu. Okay. I'm going to click on Create Menu. Next, I am going to come over here, View All. So these are all the pages that I have on my site. So I'm just going to select all my pages, click on Add to Menu. So you can also rearrange this in the order that you want. And then over here, you want to make sure that you assign your menu to the primary menu like that. Click on Save Menu. Excellent. Right. So now that I've saved the menu, if we take a look at the site, we can see now that our menu has been fixed. So right now, our home page is showing as the blog page. So ideally, that's not what we want. We need our home page to show up as the home page. So to do that, you want to come over here, and this can only be done once, by the way. So you want to come over here to Settings, Reading, Static Page, and then for the home page, you want to select Home. Click on Save Changes. So now if we go to our website and refresh our page, this becomes our home page. And that is really beautiful. Okay, so moving on, we need to add our customizations to this header area. Okay, so let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to come over. In fact, before I do that, I'm just going to take a look at the comments if we have any. And as I mentioned, we are streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so far, I don't see any questions. I'm just going to check here on Facebook and just make sure we don't have any questions on Facebook. Right, I have a question here from Imran saying, can you send me a link to buy the lifetime or buy child themes? Okay, so I'm just going to post the links in the show notes. All right, so just bear with me as I do that. Right. So here are the links. Edgar says, nice. Is there a way to add 6 images in a row? Now, the first thing I want to say that regarding that, I've seen this question quite a lot. You can add 6 images in a row, but you need to add a bit of some CSS code in order for you to achieve that. Because by default, you can only add 4 images in a row. So it can be achieved, but you want to use some CSS code. But to be honest, I wouldn't really advise having that many images in a row. I would stick to maybe 4, because when it goes to a mobile view, it actually looks nice that way. So I would stick with that. But if you really want to have 6 images, it can be done using some CSS code. Okay, so moving on. I'm just going to check on Facebook here and make sure that we don't have any questions. Right. Right, we have quite a lot of questions here. Right, Sherry says, how are these child themes different from a child theme that backs up your website design? Very good question. Right, these child themes are not any different. They are pretty much the same, because the idea with a child theme is the one that you use to back up your, or to keep your updates safe, is a basic one which doesn't have a lot of customizations. It'll just keep your files intact when the Divi Builder is updated. Now these ones here, these designers have gone a step further, right? They have actually customized and designed specific pages, specific layouts, but when Divi updates, it doesn't really affect this child theme. So this is why pretty much it's the same thing. But these ones here that are sold, the designers have gone an extra mile to make these custom designs, but they are both child themes. I hope I've answered that, Sherry. Sherry also says, is this offering from Divi? No, this offer is from a company called prohustling.com. The link is in the show notes below. They have a promotion where you get an 88% discount on their lifetime deal, which normally costs $747. So you only get it at $89. And this $89 also covers the courses, child themes, and also plugins. So it's a fantastic deal, and that's where they're coming from. And the company is Divi Framework. That's the company that's providing these child themes. Okay. Jeffrey says, what's your opinion on pricing to customers when using child theme versus custom site? Again, that's a very, very good question. Now, when it comes to pricing, right, it doesn't matter, I mean, how you do it. Because if you charge, let's say, because I'm speaking from how I used to run my design agency, it's all about the less time you spend from to how much you charge. So let's say you say a website costs 1,000. The client is paying for the result. Okay, they're not really interested in the process. So what I would say is you don't have to tell them that you're using a child theme as your base to build the website, because the client, all they want is a fully functioning website based on the brief. So it doesn't really matter if you use a child theme or not. But in a lot of cases, if you use a child theme, it cuts your work pretty much, maybe in some cases in half, because you don't have to design these pages step by step. But in terms of pricing, it shouldn't change the pricing structure. You go ahead and charge whatever it is you charge for the website. If it's 2,000, that's fine. The client gets a website, a restaurant type website. It's $2,000. That's it, right? You don't have to make it cheaper because you have a child theme. So that's my advice on that. And just make sure that when you create these websites, the client is paying for the final result. Don't sell the process, sell the final result. Okay? Right. Sherry also says, are these layouts different from the layouts Divi is putting out? No, the answer to that is no. The layouts are pretty much the same, but obviously the design is different. So the way you implement these layouts is the same. But as I mentioned, these are now child themes, which means it's like a mini site within Divi, right? Whereas the layouts that we're getting from Divi, the free ones, these are just pages that you add onto your existing website. Okay, hope that answers that. So moving on, what I'm going to do next is to add my styling for our header area. So I am going to come over here to our website. So right now you can see on the menu area here, it's white. This is pretty much the default that we have. So we're going to change this and add the styling for this top bit. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to my site. To do that, you're going to come over here to Appearance, click on Customize. Okay, so you see here on the top left, we have those two arrows again. So you want to click here and then click Import, choose File. Now this allows you to download the menu, right? So the menu settings. So I'm going to click here on the menu, click on Open, import Divi Builder settings. And in a moment, you'll notice that our menu would have been changed and it's going to look way different. Right, okay, so this menu should not be imported this way. Right, so what I'm going to do, I think this needs to be imported by coming over here to Divi Library, import and export, and then I'm going to import it this way, choose File, So this is the menu. Oh, in fact, my mistake. Sorry about that. I'm going to come back over here to our themes, customize. I was trying to import the page and not the actual settings. So back over here to import and export. I'm going to click on import, choose file. So right now I was choosing the menu, which is the actual page. That's not what we do. So I'm just going to go back. And the file that we need is the div customizer settings.json file. Okay, so this is the one we need. This is going to have all the customizations for our header area. So I'm going to click on open, import. Okay, so this has worked. Excellent. Now, if we take a look at the top area, I'm going to refresh the page. This has now taken on those settings. So this is how you actually put together all the files that work with this child theme. And this is fantastic. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to also add the footer area here. Okay. So to do that, this time you want to come, in fact, let me just close out of this, click on OK. So this time you want to come over here to theme, to Divi library, click on import and export. As you can see here, I've already imported these. So I'm going to come over here to import and export, click import, and I'll show you how to do it. Choose file. So again, these are the files that we need. So this is the Divi library layouts, footers. So if you click on that, it imports the files, and this is what you have. Now, how do you add these footers onto our pages? So first of all, before I show you that, if you take a look here, it shows you that these are global, which means if you make a change on one page, the change on that footer applies across the whole website. So I'm going to come over here to my page. Okay, so this is our home page. I'm going to click on edit page. And then I'm going to come all the way to the bottom here. Click on add from library. So these are the two versions of our footer. So I'm going to click on footer version 1. So this is the first version. So you can see here that this color here basically tells you that this is a global item. So now that I've added it, if I click on update, view page, and if I scroll all the way down here, there we go. This is our beautiful footer. And as I mentioned, you can just go ahead and add it to all your pages. So I'm going to come over here to, let's say, a reservations page. To add it, all you want to do is to come over here to edit page. Add from library. So this time I'm going to use version 2. Update. View page. In fact, I need to update the page first before I view it. Otherwise, you'll lose all your settings. Right, I'm going to click on view page. And now if I scroll all the way down here, you can see that we have now a simpler footer on the bottom there. Okay, so let me just get rid of my video there so you can see the whole footer, which is fantastic. So what you want to do is to go through this whole process and add all your footers that way. And as I mentioned, if you go in and change, let's say, this email address, this change will be applied throughout the whole website. So this is the beauty of using these global settings. Okay, so I'm going to take a look and see if we have any more questions. Okay. Right. So far we don't have any questions. Okay. So this is how you add these pages onto your website. So just to go through the whole process again, The first thing you want to do is to obviously make sure that you have WordPress installed. So once you have WordPress installed, you want to have Divi. So Divi is a membership. You need to purchase the membership, download Divi onto your computer. You don't have to do much to it. You just download Divi onto your computer and then go and purchase these child themes. So once you purchase the child theme, you download the files that you need. Once you've downloaded all the files, you then unzip them and create your pages. So like the home page, contact, services, about us, and so on. So once you've created these pages, you want to go into these pages one by one and import these layouts from your computer. So when you import the layouts, you have the full page, which has all the designs that you need. And then you want to go in and make those custom settings. So you want to go in, make some changes. So let me just show you something quickly here, just to help you customize your websites. So over here, we have our website. You can actually go in here and change the text if you wanted to, right? So all this text can all be changed, all these buttons. So this is how you make the website your website, okay? So after you've done that process of adding all your images and you've customized your text, pretty much your website is ready to go. So the reason why you want to use these child themes is because it really pretty much cuts your design work. So if you're doing this for clients, this is a very good starting point for designing your website. So it's pretty much about saving time in designing these pages, one by one. So with the child theme, you have all these pages, you have all these files set up already. So all you got to do is to go in, change the images, adjust the text, and you're up and running. So you can actually have a website up and running in less than half a day. So that's the beauty of using these child themes. And as I mentioned, I have links in the show notes below, which has the promotions. The promotion that's on today is from Pro Hustling. They have a lifetime deal, which saves you 88%, right? So the value of the Divi framework courses and the lifetime deal is about $747. If you purchase using the link in the show notes below, you will get a lifetime access for only $89. So that means anything else that's going to come in the future, you are pretty much grandfathered into that deal. So you can't, you just pretty much get everything. And when you purchase this deal, you get your own portal where you download all the plugins, layouts, and also the courses. So again, the courses are quite important because there's also a course there which covers SEO. These are the sort of things that you need in your design skill set, because SEO is also very important when it comes to designing websites. So I would go ahead and definitely check this out. And as I mentioned, this deal is coming from Divi Framework. This is the company that's providing all this information. Right, so pretty much we've come to the end of our live stream. I'm just checking here to see if we have any questions. Okay, looks like we don't have any questions. I'm going to check one more time on Facebook just to be sure. Okay. Right, so if you have any more questions, just leave them in the comments box and I'll do my best to respond to those questions. So take a look at that deal. All the information that you need is all in the description box below. So go ahead and check it out. So for everyone that has joined me on this live stream, I'd like to say thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. So see you in the next live stream. My next live stream is going to be on Friday. So just add a note in your diary for the Friday live stream. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on a Friday.